It was year 2000 in Sarajevo when one spiritual master, Rohini Sutta Prabhu, was coming to our center, local center, and instead of giving Srimad Bhagavatam classes in the morning, he was reading some meditations, which was pretty strange at that time. I was thinking it's kind of unusual. And he was reading actually from a book called Beggar One, Meditations on Supreme Lord. So while reading those meditations, I was deeply touched, and I was thinking, who is that? Who wrote such kind of beautiful literature? But he mentioned the name, like Swami Krishnapad, but no one heard about this name from our local devotees. And I remember I recorded a few of those classes, and it stayed with me somehow. It really deeply touched the way how the author approached and prayed to Krishna. It was different than whatever I heard before. And then like a few months later, like in summertime, before summer, actually like maybe May, one devotee who was selling books and different paraphernalia at Sunday feast, he had a book called Spiritual Warrior, a new book. And I saw it from a distance. I was exiting the where the temple room is. And I saw it from the distance, just that title, Transforming Lust to Love, Spiritual Warrior, that beautiful photo of the archer. And I was so attracted. I was like, what's that? And when I opened the book, I was like amazed, you know. And then I saw the same name, Swami Krishnapad. So I was like, who's that? And at that time, I didn't have enough money to buy the book, so I borrowed it. And the devotee was kind to me, and he borrowed the book to me. So I was reading, and I was amazed how the author approached the theme of lust and love and sex and everything. What, especially for me as a new devotee, it was only maybe 2 years with devotees at that time. It was really like he was opening up controversial maybe subjects or something like that. So I appreciate so much his approach to these and very compassionate mood that I could feel coming out from the book. So nobody knew again who the author is. But one devotee, Jan Kanyaka from Sarajevo, she told me, I know him, you know, like I know him, he's wonderful. And I asked, is he in ISKCON? Because he looked differently. His photo at the back, he was like having these African clothes on. And so I asked, is he in ISKCON? Who is he? And she said, yes, he's in ISKCON. He's one of our teachers, and actually he's coming to the summer camp in Croatia in a month time. So I was looking forward to to meet him. And when I came, it was my first summer camp in Croatia. So there were many spiritual teachers, masters coming and giving different seminars, really interesting seminars. And I inquired about the seminar of Bhakti Tirtha Swami Krishnapad, and it was like building a Vaishnava community. At that time, I was like 21, 22, and I really couldn't care less about community building. For me, it was really like some abstract topic for some more mature people or devotees. So I was like, I don't like teams so much. I would prefer to go to other seminars, but let me just go once, and just because of him. And when I went, I was amazed how he presented that kind of topic in a very relevant way for everybody, for students, I was studying at that time, for elderly devotees, for everybody actually. It was really, really exciting, and with many like practices, interactive, and it was very lively, very compassionate, very full of love and concern for everybody. So I got really attracted to his seminars. Actually, Maharaj was attracting the most audience, actually the most people, most devotees to his seminars. That was also his first time at those summer camps, year 2000, yes, in Pula, Croatia. So yes, so his seminars were really nicely attended. And I asked, there was one devotee who was selling his books also, Irish devotee who was selling Satsvarup Maharaj's books, Harinam Press books, and there were also like few books, or just one book actually, Beggar One of Maharaj, of Bhaktirtha Swami. So I saw that book and I was like, that's the book, you know, I've heard those meditations from. So I didn't have money, so I was going around that book stand And then devotee, you're like, okay, can I help you? And can I just see a book? And I saw a book and I was like, can I just go to the coast and read it a little bit and I'll return it back? Because I was reading in front of that table for like a couple of hours, and he was like, okay. So he borrowed me to read at coast, sea coast. And I was reading, I was totally mesmerized. I fell in love with Maharaj. I was like, how come somebody can, write something like that? It's such a deep expressions of attachment to Krishna, and also expression of his fights, with how he deals with different challenges inside, and very heart touching. So for me, it was like somebody is expressing something in me, bringing it out. And I have felt really like deep connection with him, with the author. So a few days later, because I couldn't buy the book, I was borrowing again and again. And then I decided to somehow have it, because I decided to have it. And what I did, because I didn't have money, I was a student and I just came with really limited funds. I decided not to buy prasadam for two days, because it was summertime, and one day was Ekadashi. So anyway, I was fasting Ekadashi, like almost fully, like nothing eat, like maybe some little bit of fruits, some figs around on the trees. And second day also like a little bit of figs or something, somebody gave me some fruits. So, and then I had the money and I bought the book, I had the book. And a few devotees wanted to have darshan with Maharaj, to speak with him. So I asked to join them, like three of us. We went and we spoke with Maharaj, and he was so kind, so, like he wanted to know about us and to stay in touch and everything. So when we were leaving, I said to him, thank you so much, especially for that book, Beggar One. You really did something with me with that book. Because I even fasted to get it. I couldn't really I have to have it, So I even fasted for the book. Otherwise, I would never, And Maharaj was, really? Come on, you fasted for something written so poorly? He said like that, and he was smiling. And then okay, we separated, and then when I came home to Sarajevo, after some time, I got a phone call from my friend, from one of the local leaders, and he said, Maharaj just wrote to me and he asked me to get your postal address to send you all the copies of all of his books, other additional books, which there were like 6 at the time, not so like nowadays we have 20, 21, something like that. So I was like, really? Me? He remembers me? So he said, he wrote to that devotee, I cannot believe that somebody was willing to fast for my book. So I'm so honored, and I want that she has all the books. He was really grateful for that. And he was telling to everybody, he's writing 2 reports he was writing about that instance. And he was really touched by that. And he actually sent me those books. So we stayed in touch, and after some time, I was writing to him, and he was writing back regularly, always. He wanted that we stay in touch. And I really couldn't believe that somebody who is, because when I read on the back of his books that he's a chief in Wari, Nigeria, and consultant of so many important people, really somebody who is amazing person, that he at the same time is humble enough to be in contact with such a small people, like ordinary people, so I was so honored.